Missed rows on True TV, 76,000. I said this last time. Shout out to Mrs. Me Too.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
The Unrivaled League, launched with high hopes to revolutionize women's basketball, is facing a harsh reality check, and Angel Reese is at the center of its struggles. Once hailed as a transformative talent, Reese's star power is fading as viewership plummets, prompting questions about whether her presence is doing more harm than good to the fledgling league. The statistics paint a sobering picture. Americans are tuning out, and Reese's games are among the least watched. Unrivaled kicked off with a promising 300,000 viewers for its initial broadcasts, but as the season progressed, a troubling trend emerged. Games featuring Reese have barely cracked 100,000 viewers, with one recent matchup, the Rose vs. Lunar Owls, drawing a meager 89,000. This is a far cry from the league's season average of 204,000, raising alarms about Reese's ability to captivate audiences and the league's long-term viability. Unrivaled was designed to showcase elite talent in a new, dynamic format, with Reese as one of its most anticipated attractions. Fans expected her to replicate the dominance she displayed at LSU, where her relentless rebounding and paint presence made her a household name. However, the professional stage has exposed cracks in her game. Monday's TNT doubleheader, featuring teams like the Vinyl and Phantom, underscored the problem. The term Phantom is fitting. The audience is practically a ghost. Reese was supposed to be the league's biggest draw, with projections that she'd rival Caitlin Clark's viewership poll. Instead, fans are gravitating toward players like Kate Martin, who has quietly emerged as Unrivaled's breakout star. Reese's on-court struggles have been glaring. In one of her lowest moments, she was benched in favor of Lexi Hull, who outplayed her in nearly every aspect: scoring, defense, and hustle. Reese's worst game of the season was a stark contrast to her college highlight reels. She appeared hesitant, out of sync, and unable to make an impact. Defensively, she was beaten off the dribble multiple times, looking slow-footed and unable to recover. Offensively, her struggles peaked in a moment that went viral for all the wrong reasons. A putback layup attempt that hit the bottom of the rim, drawing groans from the crowd and fueling social media mockery. Another lowlight came when Reese attempted a deep three, a shot Caitlin Clark has turned into an art form, only for the ball to clank off the rim, symbolizing the gap between her ambition and execution. Why are fans turning away from Reese? The discrepancy between expectations and reality is a key factor. Reese entered Unrivaled with a massive social media following and a strong personal brand, built on her charismatic personality and college success. Many believed she'd dominate as she did at LSU, where she averaged double-doubles and led her team to a national championship. But the professional game demands more than rebounding and paint dominance. Unrivaled's fast-paced, versatile style rewards players with shooting range, defensive agility, and playmaking, areas where Reese has struggled to adapt. Her game, while effective in college, appears limited against elite competition. The benching in favor of Hull was a wake-up call, shaking confidence not only in Reese but also among fans who expected a polished, dominant star. Some speculate that mental health challenges may be affecting her performance, as the pressure of living up to her hype weighs heavily. In stark contrast, Kate Martin has seized the spotlight. Initially overlooked, Martin was an unlikely candidate to make the Las Vegas Aces roster in the WNBA, let alone shine in Unrivaled. Drafted alongside higher-profile prospects like Liz Kitley and Deja Fair, Martin defied expectations, earning a starting role within 5 games. In Unrivaled, she's proven to be the league's most reliable player, leading the undefeated Laces with relentless energy, clutch plays, and leadership. In one pivotal game, Martin's physicality was on full display when she delivered a clean but forceful defensive stop on Reese, sending her crashing to the floor. The moment symbolized a changing of the guard. Martin, the underdog, outshining the hyped-up star. Martin's versatility, driving for layups, hustling for loose balls, and providing assists, has made her a fan favorite, proving that skill and grit can outshine hype. Unrivaled's broader struggles compound Reese's challenges. The league was pitched as a game-changer, with big personalities, a fresh format, and a platform to showcase women's basketball's brightest stars. But without generational talents like Caitlin Clark, it's failing to sustain its initial buzz. Clark, who's preparing for another historic WNBA season, is a once-in-a-generation talent whose shooting range, playmaking, and charisma command massive audiences. Her absence from Unrivaled highlights the league's lack of star power. While Reese was expected to fill that void, her struggles have made it clear that she's not yet on Clark's level. Clark's ability to hit logo threes, torch defenders, and control games would have elevated Unrivaled's profile. But instead, she's focused on the WNBA, where she continues to break records and expand her skill set. The league's long-term success hinges on profitability, and with viewership declining, its 3-year TV deal looks precarious. Unrivaled's reliance on star power has exposed its shallow talent pool. While players like Martin shine, the absence of transcendent figures like Clark leaves the league struggling to maintain relevance. Reese, once seen as a future icon, must prove she's more than a name. Her college accolades and social media following won't suffice in a league that demands consistent performance. The next few games will be critical for Reese to regain her footing and silence critics who argue she's been exposed as a product of untranslatable hype. For now, Kate Martin is Unrivaled's true star, leading the Laces to victory with poise and precision. Reese's squad, by contrast, continues to struggle, overpowered by opponents who exploit their weaknesses. As Unrivaled searches for its identity, Reese faces a pivotal moment. Can she adapt to the professional game's demands, or will fans in the league move on without her? The answer will shape not only her career, but also Unrivaled's future in the competitive landscape of women's basketball.